everybody. Welcome or welcome back. It's Paula here with Paula's Imperfect Plans. Today I'm here with a budget setup video. Um, so I'm trying this a different way. I do still a lot of paper and pen budgeting. Um, but I definitely do not need to or do the budget, budget paycheck budget breakdown like so, like I would be, like I would. Oh my goodness, I don't need to do that. The only reason I do that is to show it on the channel, and that's not why I started this. That's not why I do this. I don't want to be doing things just to do them. This is actually like my real life and a walkthrough of what I really do. So I'm giving it my best shot of figuring out how to do this to show how I actually do my budgeting. So this is a spreadsheet that I use. I bought it from Debt Free Jessie on Etsy. It is created pretty, generic with the generic, income, savings, investing, bills, whatever categories, and then you kind of tailor it to you, but all the hard work, I guess, is done. So I'm going to show you on because this is how I budget. So setting up, this is our third paycheck for the month of November. November is a magic month, so we are paid every 2 weeks, and um, so it'll be a little bit different, and you'll see kind of what we do with that because while we are paid bi-weekly, most of my everything I have set up on a monthly budget type schedule. So all the bills that I have for a month are either allocated to the first paycheck or the second paycheck because that is what we typically have. So those fixed expenses are paid for with the first two checks. So most of those will already be taken care of, and I'll show you kind of what we do with that. So what we do with this check is, extra, but there's also other, expenses that, anyways, you'll see. So, for income, I'm just using what we had for our last, like magic month, and it's more than normal. So if you watch, like these checks are higher because both of our employers, when they're looking at deductions to take out, like for like my health insurance, for example, they only take out they only divide my yearly amount by, whether it's like my husband's flex, it's only divided by 24 paychecks, and my insurance is only, it's paid twice a month. So this third check is more than typical because we don't have some of the regular deductions. Both of our employers do it that way. I think my husband has gotten a raise since the last time we had a third paycheck, but I'm just budgeting based off of what it was last time. So the first thing on here under savings is I put $53 into the 52-week challenge that goes right into our emergency fund. And then, as we said, coming down to our bills or our fixed expenses. So the internet has already been paid, phone garbage has already been paid. I have a few, I'm calling it donations. There's a variety of different uh, things that I've decided I'm going to start putting money toward each month, things that matter to me and are important to me, and so I'm putting those under the donation category. Electric was already paid. Life insurance is taken care of. So school lunches is really a variable expense. It needs to be moved, and I think it is moved in December spreadsheet because it. First of all, they bill us at the end of 2 weeks. It's not a just put money on the account situation. So um, it depends. It depends on, so my kids obviously, go to school the same amount of days every week, but every once in a while they wake up in the morning and want to pack a lunch, so they'll take a cold lunch. Um, their breakfast. So they, eat breakfast. They get there in time to eat breakfast. They have the option to eat breakfast every day. Whether or not they do, I have two that are more likely to than the third. It just depends on what it is. So that is variable. I'm budgeting 130. This will not be the check that we get like our credit from the fundraising that we do towards our school lunch account. Prime, Hulu, all of that stuff is all paid for the month. So not very much for fixed expenses, as you can see, plenty of money left to budget. Coming down into our variable expenses, we always do 280 for groceries. I decreased my allowance amount to $50, which is $120 total. Donuts is 12. Oops, 12. I think I'm up for a pedicure, so that's 50. Not work meals, drinks. Eating out is 100. Car washes, one for each of our cars because winter is a coming. It's nice to get that salt and sand off of there regularly. All of this stuff, planning on nothing for those. So 652 then at variable expenses. Again, my Amazon subscriptions, my co-op diesel, all of those are a bill that we typically pay once a month, and they are taken care of before we get to the third paycheck. So coming down into annual and semi-annual bills. Again, insurance has been paid already, so that's zero. Registration is zero. Property taxes. So we pay our property taxes once every 6 months instead of pulling out $100 and $200 or whatever it would be per month and saving it. Because we have all of our other bills taken care of each month for this third paycheck, that is what we use to fund our property taxes. So that will be $874 that I will set aside for the next time that is due, starting to save in here for Cricket Wireless, as that is we got just kind of we activated an old iPhone that we had, and it stays at our house. It gets used very little, so it's okay that it's not very much, or that it. I'm glad that we don't pay very much for it because we do not use it very often. Okay, so now into sinking funds. The fun thing about a big extra paycheck is we do get the opportunity to fund things a little bit more than we would sometimes or would otherwise. So 100 is going in our vacation sinking fund, $100 towards LP for winter heat. $25 per paycheck still goes to Christmas, 25 for vehicles, and 50 towards kids. Putting 200 in our gas sinking fund, as it is a bigger, a check with just less expenses. 40 into a medical sinking fund, and 160 per pay period I'm still setting aside for next summer's daycare for my kids. $300 we're going to do into savings challenges and cash envelopes. So that puts us at $1,000 into sinking funds, moving us down to $173.83 leftover income. As we come down here to our debt section, our only debt is our HELOC. That automatically, the minimum payment is automatically withdrawn the second, out of our second paycheck. So that amount is zero, which leaves us with the only line item left being our HELOC extra principal. And the leftover amount that we have right now is $173.83. So we will put that towards an extra principal payment on our HELOC, and that leaves us with a zero-based budget. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer anything, and I'll see you next time. Bye.